Everybody, this is Crazy10, and this video is going to be a collection update kind of thing for the Super Nintendo. I've noticed that I've got a lot of Super Nintendo games. I haven't been actively pursuing many Super Nintendo games, but they just kind of appeared. I've been picking them up here and there, and they've accumulated really fast. I haven't played all of them. I do know most of them pretty well, so I'm going to show you guys what I got, and if I've played it and I enjoyed it or know anything about it, I'll offer some insight. If there's a game that I haven't played that you could recommend me play, please let me know. And yeah, because I really love the Super Nintendo and I'm looking for some good games to play. So let's start things out right with a great game. I've been trying to get into this recently. It's Final Fantasy II. Excuse me. I know it's a great game, and it's just Super Nintendo RPGs tend to start out a little slow for me, so I really just got to sit through and grind through the first couple hours or whatever. But graphics are really nice, and music is really nice. The Red Wings over Baron, the opening sequence, I recognized it from Power Glove. Having never played this before, I was like, wait, why do I know that song? And I knew it was Power Glove. So it was really cool. I liked hearing the original version of it. From what I can tell, great music. Not as good as 3, but from what I can tell, pretty good. Star Fox, everyone knows about Star Fox. Uses the FX chip. Renders 3D polygons and stuff. It's awesome. It's a hard game from what I remember. I haven't played it in quite a long time, but I found it very tough as a child. Pilot Wings, flight simulation. Not much of a real game, just kind of a simulation. But definitely a quintessential game for the Super Nintendo, so it's good to have in the collection. Secret of Evermore, an awesome RPG that I really need to sink my teeth into. Haven't had the time to play it, but I know it's great. Super Mario World, if you don't have this, you're not collecting for the Super Nintendo. If you don't have this, you probably don't have a Super Nintendo. Yeah, Super Mario World, awesome game. I've heard that the colors in the Japanese version is better, so when I finally get around to buying a Super Famicom, I will definitely be getting Super Mario World for the Super Famicom, and I'll see if that claim is correct. Super Mario World 2, Yoshi's Island, an amazing game, a beautiful game. This has the FX chip 2 in it or something. It looks incredible. It's an amazing game. It's ingenious. It's awesome. You should buy this game if you have a Super Nintendo. Turtles 4, Turtles in Time, an incredible arcade type or style beat 'em up. It's awesome. Okay, sorry. There's people outside my house just yelling randomness, and I don't know why. But yeah, you should get this game. It's not cheap. It's not ungodly expensive, but you should go ahead and get this game if you have the Super Nintendo. It's a great multiplayer game. Really, really enjoyed it. Here we go. F-Zero, a great racing game. My copy's in a little meh condition. The back sticker's kind of busted, but this is awesome. Use of the Mode 7 is incredible in this. It's the same style of racing as Mario Kart for the Super Nintendo, but it looks a lot better. That is my opinion, of course. Here we go. Ken Griffey Jr. presents Major League Baseball. Yes, it's a sports game. Typically I dismiss it, but I have a lot of good memories playing this with my dad. We used to play it a lot. When I was little, I was 6 or 7 years old when we were playing this game, and I remember turning triple plays and crazy stuff like that. This is a really fun baseball game. It doesn't really stand up to how good the new ones look, but it's a fun baseball game, if you can believe it. Here is The Lion King. I have not actually played this yet, but I do know that all Disney platformers on the 16-bit systems look great, and from what I've been told, this is no exception. I just need to get the time to play it. Here's Madden 94. This is a game that my dad had that he gave me, so I haven't really played it. It's Madden. It's Madden. Mario Paint. Everyone knows what Mario Paint is. I have the mouse for it. It's somewhere over there. Mortal Kombat 1, 2, and 3. I'm not much of a Mortal Kombat player, but these are games that you really should have for any Super Nintendo or Genesis collection. This one I had as a kid. My dad and I used to play it, although I'd get my butt kicked. Neither of us know what we're doing with it, but definitely they're good games. They're notable games, and that's why they're worth having, even if you don't play them. Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past, an excellent, excellent, excellent RPG. Beautiful graphics, just an incredibly well-made game. I have not played much of it, but what I have played of it I really enjoyed. Super Mario All-Stars, worth it for Super Mario Bros. 2. The real Super Mario Bros. 2. You should own this game if you have a Super Nintendo. You really, really should. Super Mario Kart. This is a copy I got from Elwood High. It's not in the greatest of shape, and I will be looking to replace it, but for now, it's good to have. The copy works. It's a really fun game. I seem to be very good at it, but my dad is pretty bad at it. We played it versus. I think it's really cool. It's a great game to have. It really doesn't hold up to Mario Kart 64 or Double Dash. I'm not a big fan of the Wii version, but I did like Double Dash. I loved playing it with my friends, and the Mario Kart 64 version is excellent. I do not have that game yet, but I will be looking to get it. Here is Batman Returns. Side-scrolling beat-em-up action. Actually really fun, but really hard. I don't know if I'm just bad at beat-em-ups, but I have a hard time with them. It just seems like it's really hard to evade getting hit. Even though I've played this game and I've memorized the first several levels, I always seem to die. So, I don't know. I'm not sure. If anyone has had any experience with that game, let me know if it's like really that hard or if I'm just bad. Here's Art of Fighting. This is a port from a Neo Geo game. I bought this for $2 and it's worth about $1. It's not a very sought after game, and apparently it was censored a lot for the Super Nintendo version, and I don't think that it definitely doesn't look as good as the Neo Geo. And I don't know, it probably doesn't handle as well either, but it's an interesting game. I didn't know that they ported this, so it's cool to have. NBA Jam, it's NBA Jam, it's an awesome game. Any NBA Jam is great to have on any 16-bit, or even the 32X version is pretty good. So, yeah, NBA Jam's awesome. NCAA basketball, I remember playing this with my dad. Not a whole lot of memories with it, but it was fun. NHLPA Hockey 93. I actually really like this hockey game. It was fun. It doesn't stand up to... My favorite hockey game of all time is NHL 2001, purely because that was the first game I got for the PS2, and it blew my brains out. It looked so incredible. But this was a lot of fun for the Super Nintendo back in the day. The Peacekeepers. I know that SNES-tastic has a lot of good things to say about this. He really likes it. I haven't actually popped it into play yet. I think it's a side-scrolling beat-em-up, I think. Maybe we're like halfway done. Alright, for the last half, I have to cut every so often because my camera only records 10 minutes max. Here's Plock. I don't know what this is. I think this is a platformer. I think. Someone let me know if they've played this. I'm pretty sure it's a platformer. Populous. This is a simulation game, I believe, like a world simulation. Not necessarily the greatest game ever, maybe not quite SimCity, but it's definitely, it was a game that was popular around the time, so it's good to have for the collection. Street Fighter 2, you gotta have Street Fighter 2. I don't even like Street Fighter. I'm not a big fighting fan, but I know Street Fighter 2. It's an incredible game and it's worth having. I got it for pretty cheap, so not too worried about it. Super R-Type, great shooter. Great shooter. Looks so good on the Super Nintendo. Get the R-Types, get the Gradius games. You just should own them. I'm working on getting as many of them as I can eventually, but that's the only R-Type game I currently own. It's awesome, though. Super Play Action Football. It's a football game. I don't even remember playing this as a kid, honestly. It's just a sports game. Super Star Wars. This game is really hard. Really hard. It's really hard. When you're on the land speeder and you have the Mode 7 graphics, I don't even know what to do. It's really, really hard. I never got past that, even as a kid. I don't know what to do with it. Tecmo Super Bowl. Tecmo is awesome when they were making 8 and 16-bit games. I haven't put in this version of Tecmo Bowl, but the Tecmo Bowl for the NES is awesome. So I can only imagine that's awesome. Tetris Attack. Puzzle game. Haven't actually played it, but I know that it's good. Well, I know it's interesting. I'll leave it at that. Toy Story. An awesome, very, very beautiful, but I haven't been able to really get into it, platformer. I know it's good. It's pretty well made. I just need to sit down and play it. I have it for the Genesis as well. Okay, we've got Clay Fighter 2, Judgment Clay. Everyone knows about Clay Fighter. If you're a Super Nintendo fan, this is the sequel, obviously. I know it's a fighting game. I haven't got really a chance to play it. I'm not much of a fighting game fan, to be honest with you. But definitely a cool game. I'll pop it in eventually. Here we go. Contra 3, The Alien Wars. This is a game that my dad gave me. as like part of the Super Nintendo collection that he accumulated. It wasn't that big, but there were some pretty solid games in there. This game is hard. It's a great Contra, though. It looks fantastic on the Super Nintendo. Looks really, really, really good. And I'd recommend getting a hold of this if you can. It's not cheap, but it's a good game. That's a lot of fun. Here's a game called Cybernator. This is actually a really interesting game. You're like a mech, and it's kind of like Contra, kind of like Forgotten Worlds a little bit. You have a little bit more freedom vertically, but you're still kind of grounded. It's a really good game. It's an underrated game, and you should get a hold of it if you're a fan of mechs, or Contra, or Super Nintendo, or Konami, or any combination of those. Get it. Aladdin, this is in kind of gross shape. I need to clean it. It's not as good as the Genesis game, because you get to use a sword in the Genesis game, but I have it for the Genesis, and I have it for the Game Gear. So, I think that's all the additions of Aladdin. I don't know. I got Donkey Kong Country 1 and 2. I do not have 3 yet. I'll be looking to get it eventually. Really pretty pre-rendered graphics, side-scrolling, platforming. Hard, but awesome. Final Fantasy Mystic Quest. Everyone gives this game crap. I haven't actually played it yet. I know that it's a dumbed-down RPG. I guess, what is it? Dumbed-down version of 5, maybe? 4 or 5? I don't know. But it's good to have. It's an interesting game to have. So, yeah, there's Final Fantasy. You can never have too many Final Fantasies. Firepower 2000, I'm guessing this is a vehicular combat game. I have not actually put it into play it yet. So, if anyone knows about this, let me know. Full Throttle, All-American Racing. It's a racing game. I don't really like many racing games except for Gran Turismo, but I may give it a shot at some point. George Foreman's KO Boxing. This is weird. It does not have the name on the end label, but it does have an end label, which is kind of silly. This is a game my dad gave me. I don't remember playing it as a kid. Here's Gods. I think this was originally I don't know. I've heard X-File 27 talking about it. I don't really know much about it. I think it's strategy. I honestly have no idea. Someone let me know about this too. Here's Gradius 3. Awesome game. Awesome game. Gradius 3 is awesome. Sweet. I can't even say anything else. Saved a really crappy game for last. I'm sorry, but that's just how it goes. These were just randomized. Home Alone 2, Lost in New York. This is a really not fun game. It was given to me as a kid when I was like 10. Not for any like gift, like my neighbor just gave it to me because he just found it, and it sucks. It's really not fun. I also have 2 box Super Nintendo games. I have Illusion of Gaia. This game is missing the manual, but it does have the cartridge in the sleeve here, in the insert, whatever. Cartridge is in good shape. Obviously, it's been sitting in the box, so that's pretty awesome. And the other Super Nintendo game I have is Super Battle Tank War in the Gulf. It's by Gary Kitchen, and this is complete. Here's the manual, and the cart and the insert, and this cart has the dust cover. Unfortunately, there's some marker on the inside of the insert, but it's alright. So, yeah. How many is that? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 times 6. 48. 54. I think I have 54. Yeah, 54 Super Nintendo games. That's a lot of Super Nintendo games. I didn't realize I had that many. So yeah, there's my Super Nintendo collection as it sits December 20th, 2010. And I got a lot more games that I want to get, so this will be increasing. And I'm loving the Super Nintendo. I love most of these games. There's so many great games on the Super Nintendo, and I will be getting more. So look out for that once I finish my Game Boy collection. I'm putting most of my money into the Game Boy collection at this point, just because I got distracted. Excuse me. So thank you guys for checking this out. If you know anything about the games that I asked about, please let me know in the comments or PM or whatever you want to do. And I'll see you guys in a few days with a new video.